it's not even going to go on your credit right away. So
No,
they're going to dealership hop.
So great. April and I were talking about. So you have a repo or voluntary repo or voluntary surrender or some shit like that, right? Do you go back? Does anyone go back to the place where they bought the car? And I said, probably not. And if they did, they probably, once they run their credit report.
You have a window before it's even on your credit, so they're going to dealership hop.
Typically, they're already reported by the time they missed a payment or...
Missed a payment, but not a repo. There's a big difference.
Yeah. So, you're not going to go back to that dealership. So now you're going to hop around. You're going to hop around, or you're going to hop around online, and then you're going to be then you're going to be forced for someone to help you, and then they're kind of dealing with the same guidelines everywhere.
Right, but it's easy. But it's easier to do it right after the repo because.
So I'll give you a scenario. Right? I have some people who come into my shop that I would never work on their car again, and I guess they don't think I'm the owner, but I'm still there 18 years later. And then I magically tell the counter person I will not work on that person's car.
You remember everything.
I remember the bad and I remember the good. But similar at a car dealership, some people in their head don't give a fuck and they will go back. And then they're going to say, well, hey, you got a repo on the car we just sold you like last year.
People, you got to remember, it's like you're a guy with the Volkswagen. People are not stupid.
Oh, no, yeah, he's not stupid. And then, and to just finish that up with the guy with the Volkswagen. So someone on YouTube said I should have showed us taking the exhaust off. I apologize. I should have because I enjoyed every fucking second of taking my products off of his car, knowing that he has a bad computer.
Oh, I didn't realize it.
Yeah, so I video documented it.
Yeah, but you didn't.
I didn't show it. Yeah, I didn't show it. So then as I bring his car outside and it's loud as fuck and I don't give a shit. And he greets me outside, and I said, well, okay, from here on out, you're going to deal with Rachel. I'm finished with you. And he says, hey, man, no hard feelings, I called a couple junkyards, and they won't even sell me a catalytic converter for my car, because it's illegal. And he said, yeah, it wouldn't work anyway. They were just bullshitting just because they're not allowed to sell catalytic converters. You know why? Because they were buying stolen catalytic converters, and they don't want to get arrested and lose their business over it. So it's against the law to buy a used catalytic converter. Against the law. To buy it from a salvage yard to resell. That's EPA and federal guidelines. So then, but his story changed again. So this guy is the fucking chameleon. So he told me once he started getting tough with me at the counter that the dealer said the catalytic converter is causing the oxygen sensor codes. And I said the dealer didn't diagnose your electrical system. They saw aftermarket parts and they were fucking done with you. Mm-hmm. Then they seen the cam position sensor code, and they're not stupid either, and they're saying, well, you're the kind of guy who doesn't fix your car. Because you're here for exhaust system problems. But you have other problems too, so they're not stupid. So he says, he's in the office arguing with me, and I said, well, to just speed this story up, we only got paid to restore what was stolen. Any other problems once we restore it are your problems, and it comes at an additional cost to fix that. And he didn't want to hear that. He thought he was going to get his car fixed for $1,650 and he'd be on his fucking way.
Every issue is individually charged.
So I was like, no, the cam position sensor is magically not going to fucking fix itself. And circuit issues for the downstream O2 sensors aren't magically going to fix themselves. So I said, that's your problem, not mine. You need a new computer, in my experience. But I just want the dealership to confirm that, which they didn't even bother. And I don't even care at this point. So I'm saying he shifted his story. So when he was in the office saying that to me, he told me he found a guy in New York that would fix his car for him, no problem. But why would you call around and try and look for a used catalytic converter if the guy in New York is going to fix your car? He sure is going to fix your car. He's going to put a universal or a direct fit aftermarket part on your car.
For the same price you did it.
For the same price I did. Plus the sensors, my costs were $500 from Volkswagen. And more, hold on. And more. Plus the ECU issues. So I said, good luck and have a nice fucking day. See you later.
Yeah, and all that in New York probably would have ran him $3,000.
I'm just saying, he came, we tried to help him. He didn't want to listen to us. He didn't want to be advised the way we were told. We're telling him what's wrong with his car. He didn't give a fuck. He thinks the Volkswagen dealership's God. They're not. I bust new car dealership service technicians in their ass every week with their misdiagnosis and overselling and ripping people off constantly. And I know for a fact that they're not fixing a circuit code by putting OEM parts on the car. They're going to put OEM parts on the car whenever they're available because you can't get a cat for this car right now. It's 8 months back order. For that Volkswagen, yeah. 8 months. And then, I've done hundreds of Volkswagen stolen cats in the last 2 years.
That's not because of the strike, is it? Or is it
No, and I've had, this guy was the only one to come back. Now, I've had some Mitsubishi Outlanders since I've done like 300 or 400 of them.
That was only sensors, though.
And I've had a couple sensor issues, but then I also had 1 or 2 cars that I know for a fact that had PCM damage. And the customers actually listened to me. They went back to the dealership, and the dealership sold them a new computer, or they traded the car in because I haven't heard from them since.
You didn't have any comebacks for the actual cats.
Every once in a while we do for aftermarket.
Very
Very slim. But it codes for a PO420. It doesn't code for oxygen sensor circuit problems.
You've had more oxygen sensor replacements than anything.
Yeah. All right, so anyway, I got to get to work. See you later.